your warm-up? Does she get tired quickly, or does she have a long?
I'd say she gets for like 10 or 15 minutes and then a bit of a break, and then she can do a little more. It's like right now she works with Lee, and then Lee does like 10 or 15 minutes, and then I get on and do like 10 or 15 of like trot.
Yeah.
It's like a good amount of walk.
What test are you taking?
She's like the distractibility of the baby, right? Like,
Yeah.
what's that?
But she, knock on wood, she's been so central to the world. She's like she looks at herself, but she doesn't.
She looks incredibly friendly.
Yeah.
Little Miss Sunshine. There is a fun in athletics. Got one game in it. Yeah. It's like she's a well-cooked spaghetti noodle. She's like very limber. I have a client with a horse from out west too, and I swear I'm like, I will die on this hill. He is I guarantee he's a wild horse. He's just so cool. He's so smart, but so intelligent. Like you're like, if the world ended, he would be a survivor. It's just.
If you think she's a spaghetti noodle, wait till Lisa horse comes in. He's a noodle giraffe.
Well, I don't know. You more teleport sideways.
But being able to stabilize that takes time. You've got a loose pony, and then the strength of the time. Right, you grew. My daughter was that
They go to the gym.
Yeah.
Not before you grew up.
But I feel like the poor boys too.
Yeah.
I'm sure they've got those when you go back, they've got where they go to stay and everything.
Oh, yeah.
They're very, they look so pretty. They turned it out, they look so good. And they're all like on that deep. Across the ocean. Jeans carry on.
All right, whenever you're ready.
Or you gotta wait, we gotta put our kitty down here. Describing to describing.
Yeah, D, Mom.
Yeah,
Like a doll.
okay. He had it open for me, so.
You guys weren't the ones that read the wrong test at the show last summer. Someone's mom got hurt. Was that you?
Oh, hey, Joe.
Wouldn't that be awful?
That was me. Somehow I'm real good at messing things up. A, enter working trot. X, halt salute. Proceed working trot. C, track right, proceed to B. B, turn right. E, turn left, proceed to A. A, circle left 20 meters in diameter. Proceed to F. F, proceed to X. X, proceed on center line to
did you love about that?
I thought her rhythm was pretty good.
Yeah.
And I think for her age, she did like pretty good corners too.
She does get really nice and deep into her corners, considering how big she is too.
Yeah.
Like she's young and she's large.
She's always kind of been like pretty decent at them, so it's always been nice.
Yeah, and your lines, your straight lines were quite straight. And
Yeah.
I mean, I gave you a little bit of a little mark because I didn't mark it down as a mistake. It's just a little happy accident for that one turn. But if you have it turned right, it's just an error, and then you get back on track, and right, you just mind
Yeah.
do it. Not a big deal. What are you looking to improve?
I was like kind of working on bend a little bit. She does bend some days, but some days doesn't. So it's
Like-
like very slight.
Like bend or flexion?
I flexion, sorry. Yeah. So she tends to hold herself a little to the left.
Yeah.
Like naturally, she's doing a little bit more to the right today. Makes me a liar. And we've been working on because she's pretty naturally forward.
Yeah.
So sometimes she uses her, she listens to her legs, but sometimes when you're just trying to get that tiny bit more, like we've been working on like her responsiveness to it.
Yeah, I always feel like she could handle like a little bit of like that elastic band exercise where they go a little bit forward, come a little bit back, a little bit
Yeah.
forward, come a little bit back, just for some adjustability and maybe building up a little bit of stability.
Yeah.
Because she's she looks very soft and bendy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like overall, she's working on the canter, but I think she just needs some more time, like age-wise, to kind of gain that muscle and stuff. So definitely we're not trying to do like any training level tests or anything this year, but we're just slowly kind of working on the canter. She just tends to do that bouncing that you saw.
Yeah.
So
like it's a big movement, but it's not really going anywhere.
yeah, she just kind of like dead stops and then.
Yeah.
And funny enough, the horse I used to ride, like Lee's other horse, and he does the exact same move.
Oh.
He just doesn't do it as well.
Okay.
And I'm like, I've never met a horse that's done it, and then I bought one that does it. So I'm not really sure how that happened.
What? She looks very, very sweet.
Yeah.
All right. So let's pick up the trot on a 20-meter circle if you're comfortable with that. And hey, sweetheart. She's like, where did you come from? Do you have a cookie? Yeah. And so you give her a little half halt, and you go to little tiny trot for a few steps. See that the adjustability is hard, right?
Yeah.
So for half of the circle, a little trot. So we found the thing, right?
Yeah.
See,
She's
adjustability
really good at stopping.
Yeah, adjustability is the next step, right? When they're babies, we're like, just go. Right? So for half the circle, or for a whole circle, I guess. The whole circle, this is a little pony trot. Less ground cover. So almost squeeze your hands and go tiny, 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 smaller, smaller, smaller. That's very hard for her, right? That's okay. As you pick it up, just make it tiny from the get. Tiny, 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 and walk. Good girl. All you have to do is explain to her what it is that you want from her.
Yeah.
It feels like what she is lacking a little bit is like if she was a human being, she's almost like an Ehlers-Danlos, like hypermobile.
Yeah.
And she needs to almost do like little, like stabilizing movements.
Yeah.
Right, and control little stay apparatus instead of the looseness, whereas like the fjord, we're like, let's find some looseness, right?
Yeah.
So even lower your optimized rein a little bit, see if you can encourage her to stretch down and take it out and feel safe and comfortable to do that. Yeah. Now, the angle of your body, if you look in the mirror, your body is angled as if you're about to turn which way? Yeah, yeah. So do your best. You don't have to be extreme, but just to advance your left shoulder a little bit and let your right shoulder come back. And then try to keep your hips a level of balance in that. And try to advance your left hip as well a little bit. It feels wrong to you, right? You calibrate from, and then if you find it, because like, this is how I keep it out on the circle.
Yeah.
So sit up tall and take smaller steps to get to your destination. So again, she's like, let's say she's this hypermobile old man with a walker that's getting away from.
Yeah.
Right? So you want to kind of keep that walker in close. There we go. And then find a little more activity in a smaller step. There we go. Look at her chewing the bit. So that right now what you're trying to do is help her keep a post in 4 quarters. Does that make sense? So her legs don't get away from her. Yeah. And put those little half calls. Introducing those little halves. Watch that in front of legs and keep it nice and long. And try to relax your legs. It'll make it easier to sort of, again, show me your sternum. So lift up your chest and then advance your left shoulder to show me the center of your chest. Show it to me in the middle here. Look at me. There you go. And now bring your right shoulder a bit back and your left shoulder a bit forward. That feels so wrong to you. Yeah. And then try to just think of relaxing your hips, roll them in. Okay, maybe not too many minutes if I can roll your hip pocket a little bit in and let your legs go. And let's do big walk. So we'll take it down a step from big trot, little trot to big walk, little walk. So then just squeeze your hands, because it's a baby, so you're going to squeeze both of them probably a little bit, right? And almost, I don't know, when I'm in this, I say them like, see? Every little half ball close, put it. Very good girl. Very good girl. Yeah, so these little, you know, you can't really see that. Very small, right? Way to go. And then another little half ball, little. And then the second you feel like she sort of gets stuck, like when you're trotting, she gets stuck, that's like her coming away, right? And then try again. So treating it like it's you're at the gym and you're doing a workout, it's little repetitions. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So little brief adjustment. Yeah. So let's pick up a little trot. Pretend that you're trotting just on the spot. Good. And then go ahead and walk and give her a pat. So that you kind of, she's self-going, but she's a little pat, little scratch. So that we're just going to keep doing this as a repetition, like wash, rinse, repeat. So that she's like, oh, is this what you want? Like in a break, when I do it like this? And then a little trot again. Repeat the same thing. Little bit. Itty bitty. All. And walk. Good. And you're going to build up strength with her by the gentleness.
Yeah.
Right? Transitions, but just simple, progressive transitions. No,
Yeah.
no gets no quite yet, right?
Which like ultimately will help.
Let's change direction and take a different spot to pick up a little from. And you should have no problem we'll pick up a little itty bitty trot this way for just like half of it, and then walk, and then wash, rinse, repeat, because that's the goal. And it's great, because you're working on the getting on the head of your leg, going when I say go, going when I say go, right? Little itty bitty, little itty bitty. That part, little itty bitty. Yeah, and then walk. Just wind the chalice, and when she gives you that little bit of try, then give her the reward. And make a big deal of it because she's such a sweetheart. You're like, that's exactly it. And then repeat it again. Don't take it out of her by making her tired. Do you know what?
Yeah.
So get really excited at every little try you give her. Now, little itty bitty try to be like, and when she walks, see if you can't just get that by just walking with your feet so that it's less abrupt. You know how she kind of trots and then it's like, and then a little itty bitty trot, yeah. That's the challenge, right? So if you want to go into growth zone, find that little tiny challenge, right, where you think you're going to lose the car. And then go.